Hello everyone, Nate the Great Reviews is back with another quick review. I just came back from seeing that new Nick Cage movie, whatever the fuck it's called. I'm not even going to try to say the name. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent or something. My expectations for this movie were in the middle. I wasn't super excited. I just wanted a good comedy. Go to the movie, have some good laughs with my friends. For the most part, I got that. I knew what the story was about. I saw the trailer. Unfortunately, they ruined all the good jokes in the trailer. But I'm just gonna get the positives out of the way first. I think Pedro Pascal and Nicolas Cage bounced off each other pretty good for the most part. There is some scenes that drag on a bit too long, and there is some scenes that you could that just they're stupid and are not funny. But for the most part, I think Pedro Pascal exceeds Nicolas Cage in a million miles. I think he's a way better actor, and he's just way more funny. His facial expressions are more funny. Nicolas Cage also is good in this movie. He is very funny, but it gets to a point where you're gonna take your career, you're gonna make fun of your career so much, like gets to the point where it's not funny anymore, and I think that's where this movie suffers. But for the most part, Nicolas Cage's jokes and dialogue landed for me, but I did have a hard time understanding sometimes what he was saying because he was just going on and on and on. The movie, there is actually, for a comedy movie, there is some very, very good, beautiful shots here, and for the most part, I was entertained. That's really all I can say about positives. I'm gonna just jump into why I was very let down. I just didn't laugh as much as I wanted to. I don't think my friends did either, which is a bummer. I just wanted to have a good, stupid comedy, and that's what this movie looked like. The first two acts, or the first act is a lot of setup. I think that the second act is the best. In particular, spoiler alert, in particular, there's one scene where they trip out on LSD, and the dynamic between them and the jokes and the humor were just so good, and I wanted that like buddy cop thing to be the rest of the movie, and I think it would have been so much better. But yet again, the storyline is them making a movie, and there's so many other plot points going on. So as soon as the second act ends and we get into the third act and they actually make the movie, that's when all the comedy just comes to a halt, and then it's just all drama from there. And that's not what I was in this movie for. Nicolas Cage is trying to be dramatic and funny at the same time, and it's just not hitting for me whatsoever. A bit of Pedro, but I don't know. The movie just ends so abruptly. I think it just would have been a lot better if they took out the aspect of trying to catch Pedro Pascal's character as this big criminal organization. They should have taken that out and just had Nicolas Cage meeting up with him, and they're making a movie, and they're just gonna have some stupid fun along the way. That is what I thought it would be. But I guess in the trailer it does show that the CIA or whatever is going after this guy, and they need Nicolas Cage's help. That plot line fucked up the whole movie. I thought it was stupid. The characters were annoying. There's a couple of funny lines, but for the most part, man, like I give this movie like a 5 or a 6. Like I was entertained, but a lot of the jokes I was kind of either I already saw in the trailer, so I knew they were gonna happen. And the parts like when Nicolas Cage is like, "Oh, how do you want me to?" And I was like, "Ha ha!" And I thought that part would keep going, and more jokes, but then they cut away. Like they literally show all the jokes in this trailer, which is unfortunate. I just thought there's a lot more drama here than comedy, and that is not what I wanted, because Nicolas Cage, if you're gonna make fun of your career, you can't take it too goddamn serious near the end, because then it just sucks the fun out of the rest of the movie. So that is my review of whatever the fuck that movie was called. Let me know if you've seen it. I personally would tell you, don't go watch in the theater. go just wait for like a streaming link or whatever. I just went to the theaters because I thought this was going to be a good time, good laughs. It was 50-50, like I said. But I didn't. I was just like most of the movie. I was just like, ha ha, ha ha. But I was never bursting or laughing like I wanted to. I did not care for the dramatic moments. None of the emotional moments. None of that. It was just a big missed opportunity, I think, for a really good comedy movie. If Nicolas Cage would just dial it back a bit and get his head out of his own ass. He knows he's a bad actor, and he knows that people know he's a bad actor. And I just think they could have handled this a lot better because it just seems so forced and shoved in your face. Yet again, all in all, I had a decent time. So check it out when it comes out.